How's it? Today is Tuesday, November 25th, and I am doing week 4 of the back squats for the 531. I'm also doing the overhead press, but yeah, I got I got a little I was a little bit cocky, a little overzealous for my top set. So my top set here is at 85% of 171 for a set of 5. And like ordinarily for week 4 in the past, I would actually take my actual max and use the actual max. But I was looking at it, and like if I did 85% of 180, there's no way on earth I would have been able to do whatever weight that was. I don't remember. It was like 154 or something like that. And I was like, yeah, I'm not doing that today. So I was like, okay, if I move forward with this, I'm gonna try to just do 95% of the training max. So it's a little bit slower of a progressive overload, but I think that was probably the right move. Um, you'll see what I mean when I say that I was a bit cocky. I was a bit overzealous. But here's my first set at 111 for 65%, right? So 531, you have the the days of fives are just going to be like incrementing 10% intensity for the 3 sets of 5. That top set is the way that I have it structured is I have the option to do extra volume if I want to. So it's a 5 plus. So in the past, I've done I think it was on my 3 plus day, I did like 340 or 345 for 11. That was like the most I've ever done at like 150 plus. And I'm nowhere near where I am where that is right now. But here's my top set at 145, and so you'll see here what I mean. So 1 and 2 right here. That second rep was really what took a lot out of me. And you know how you can see the difference between the second and the third rep. I take a break and I take another breath in, and then I regroup and I rebrace and push again. And so I got to that fourth rep and I was like, there's no way on earth I'm going to be able to do this fifth one. So I was like, huh. I watched the video back and I was like, okay, I'm going to try again. So here's my second attempt. And, first rep is great, just like the first set was. Regrouped here. Second rep was really, really, really great. Third rep was probably just as hard as the third rep was on the first set, and then actually missed this lift right here. But all in all, I did 7 total reps at 145, which, I mean, of course, if you did them together in the one set, that's probably the best way to do it, because I didn't technically do a set of 5 there. And I told myself if I get the set of 5, or if I don't even get the set of 5, my volume, instead of doing 4 sets of 8, I'm going to do just 3 sets of 8, because it is a whole extra set of intensity. And I feel like it could have been a lot worse than it was, and I think I'm mostly okay with how it went. Um, yeah, I've been very nervous with a lot of my squatting lately, and I don't know if it's like a dose dependent type thing where if I have more volume or more opportunities to squat, so like have 2 squat days, that I will be a little bit better and a little bit stronger overall, even if that means just doing a little bit lighter volume for both of those days. Um, I'm thinking about it a lot. I'm going to try to run this 531 as much as I can. Next week is going to be the sets of 3. And so I'm going to remember to try to my best to have that kind of more patient mindset where I set up properly, and in between each rep, give the requisite amount of respect to the rep that is going to be coming next. So yeah, we'll see really what happens next week. Um, I think it's 154 next week, and I feel like I can do that for 3. Like right now, I feel like if I had to load that up today, I feel like I could have done that for 3. But again, like when I was looking at the percentages before I got into the gym, I was supposed to do that for 5, and no shot, I can do that for 5. After that, I did my overhead press, which is really all of the same things, just a little bit different weight range. So, first day of 5s, 65%, 75%, and then 85%. Um, I feel like at this point in the workout, for every time I'm actually overhead pressing, I'm really over it. I'm over overhead pressing. And it's not like that I don't like the movement. I actually really enjoy the movement. It's more of I have exhausted all of my energy trying to just get through the squats. And so when I get to this point in the workout, like I clearly can press more than this. Right here, I do 57 for just 5. I clearly can do more than this. I can do the optional intensity. I can also do the optional volume, but I elect not to. And that is simply because I am just so tired. Um, I think it is like one of those things where it's like just trying to cut your losses. Because I'm so tired, it's like, do I even want to do the overhead presses? But, I'm already here at the gym. It's going to be pretty low effort. That's like a bad way of thinking about it, but it's going to be pretty low effort because I'm capable of doing a lot more. So I I'm okay with keeping them in and just trying to progress with that. I don't anticipate myself running into too many issues with the overhead press anytime soon. I do want to make a mention that my right wrist has been giving me some issues at different ranges of motion for the overhead press. It doesn't always hurt, but when it hurts a lot. So that's something to think about. Hopefully it doesn't really affect me tomorrow for my clean and jerk stuff, but we'll see. Finish off the day with my split squats, dumbbell bicep curls for my elbow health, and then some back extensions here. And yeah, it's today wasn't the best, but it clearly was also not the worst. Just a little bit cocky. Yeah, that's it for today. Thank you for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe. Shoots.